Set ourselves live. That looks like we're live. The number is going up. We're in the time. We're in the time for rain. Pop out. Pop out the chat. Here. We gotta refresh this chat so it actually shows up. There we go. Let's go for a nice leisurely drive. I do need to make new shoes when we get to our new destination. Good day all. Hey, the BT. Have you tried that train game all the kids are talking about with the animal characters? This is the murder mystery one, Locomotive. I am aware of it. I have not made time for it. Though I have received some emails today that might make a train-related, video game-related video project progress forward slightly, maybe. Hey, Cass. It's been heavily raining for days and days here. My thighs are not having it. Where you gotta respond to barometric pressure, thighs. I've never heard of thighs responding to barometric pressure. My knees respond to barometric pressure. Specifically, my left knee gets achy when the storms are coming. Hey, Maracas. I gotta ask, is it better if she's sloppy and wild with it, or if she's playing tricks on it acrobatically? My gut instinct is to say, what if she's playing tricks on it sloppily? There you go, that's an answer. Hey, Gumbo Master. I just unlocked the monorail. Hell yeah, you did. Look at this beautiful thing. I am regrettably, undesirably playing Pokemon Go at the moment. I am begrudgingly playing Pokemon Go because I'm trying to get a shiny Pokemon that's currently only available through Pokemon Go. I'm trying to get shiny roaming form Gimmighoul, which has meant I am reluctantly playing Pokemon Go at the moment. Which I picked the worst time to be trying to do that because it is mid let's have a heat wave here in the UK. Although I say to that, today is the first day that like the temperature has dropped a little bit and it's been less punishingly, devastatingly temperate. Cass says, my thighs have always been weird. Our current theory is there's something to do with micro tears. The thighs having the biggest muscles in the body, skulls being wrong. In EDS, the docs just go, connective tissue is everything, yours is wrong. Yeah, you say micro tears and specifically mention EDS, I'm like, yeah, I can see that. Because, like, the thing I have in my knee, I assumed it was, like, it was joint damage, but, like, I'll be honest, I don't know what my knees are like that. Well, yeah, thighs and knees are connected, but in my head, the knee is a joint, and that's why mine hurts in the pressure, but thigh is, like, meat, and therefore... But I only feel that way because my barometric thing is in a joint, and therefore I assume that barometric equals joints.
As good as new to me.
Yeah, they fucking got me again. I will say maybe I'm not playing the most legitimately that I could be right now. I would obviously not admit to using anything that Niantic wouldn't want me to be using while playing Pokemon Go, but if I'm forced to play this inaccessible game against my will, you know, maybe I'm gonna bend a rule or two. Okay, we gotta... the Magellan's internal systems are clogged up with tar. Gotta bring some solvent over to the Magellan over at Motherhood. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. So, let's... You know what, we can ride the monorail to here, and then we're trying to get this way so we can... what's this warning? Oh, it's the big desert. Okay, so we can go this way, up, and to the Motherhood.
Delivery route finalized.
Maracas says, fucking did I just walk into a fucking nursing home? Yuki's is gonna start chatting about the best denture and hearing aid brand. No, you know what you've walked into? Not a nursing home. You've walked into a chat full of disabled people. Hello, welcome. I'm disabled and make content about being disabled, and therefore welcome. Like I have a bit of an orbit of disabled people around me. So yeah, we might talk about some disabled shit. You know, okay, occasionally. Some of the shit we talk about is disabled adjacent, you know? Cargo management, I want to get that. Where's that one I have on my back? My backpack, hard dissolvent. Move that into the off-roader. Dandelion says I'm not even in a nursing home right now. Right. Ooh, I have 125 points to spend on stuff. What do I want? Do I have anything new right now? Let's share more objects with online players. Sure, why not? Izzy says I don't like it when Danny is in a nursing home. That's fine. This is the nursing home away from nursing home. I don't know if that helps or not. Raka says, I retract my mockery. I have no respect for the elderly, but I'm no ableist. Yeah, but Maracas, here's the secret. Here's the secret. You were mocking the elderly for the aspects that are to do with their ability. You can be ableist. You might be being ableist to the elderly. Ah, I caught you in a trap. Yeah, Dandelion says, I'm in a hospital bed just as at home. Technicalities. Technicalities. We take the technicalities where you can. You're at home. Right. I don't know why I got back in my vehicle. We're riding the monorail. I'm specifically here because we're riding the train. How do I do this? Yes. You use the monorail. Go to here. And load my vehicle. And load myself, and go! Cass says I'm in an adjustable bed right now, I will not lie. You're both using beds that are better for your health right now than I am. We have a new mattress, but my mattress currently has a divot in it. Don't know how that formed. Some of the springs started to fail, so I'm kind of sinking into my duvet. My matches right now while I await unfurling the new one and getting the new one on there. Oh, I'm so glad I have my lovely little monorail here. Oh, it really seems like the fucking video game industry is imploding today. I'm reading about all these Xbox layoffs that have happened. The Xbox user research team, which has a lot of fucking overlaps with accessibility, has been hit by today's layoffs, with nearly half of the team affected. The head of family and child safety has been laid off. Yeah, there's a lot of layoffs. It seems like Perfect Dark is cancelled. Izzy's You still got a job? Hell yeah, I'm glad you still got a job. Yeah, it seems like most Xbox studios have lost somewhere between 10 and 50% of their staff today. It's fucking bloodbath. I figured I would mention that I too am in the games industry, but I'm not at all Microsoft related. Well, that helps for not having lost a job today. Yes, it is one of the more brutal rounds of industry layoffs I've seen recently. Oh, if we're talking about being disabled and grumbling about disability, I maybe need to look into whether I have sleep apnea. And that's not fun. Because that means potentially having to strap a mask to my face. Sleeping would come with equipment. And, like, peripherals. And the thought of, like, traveling and having to bring my sleep peripheral set with me is, like, not a fun thought. Ooh, what is all this here? Resins? Ooh, what can I do with all these resins? Let's load these in the vehicle. Okay, yeah, carry it on backpack. Resins isn't for roads, is it? That's for more monorails when we find them? Yeah, so I'm not looking forward to the inevitability of having to make time to go to a doctor and be like, hello, can I get someone to, like, plug some science onto me while I sleep and see whether I've got sleep disease? It would explain some of the fucking exhaustion I got going on. Okay, let's find the tracking path line that I need to do. They can usually do a test at home these days, at least. Ah, okay, that's good. Anytime I've ever heard about sleep studies being needed, like, in my head, it's you gotta go sleep in, like, a science bed with electrodes on you, and that doesn't sound fun. Yeah, I mean, this is me just talking about what I got going on at the moment. I've been thinking about why I feel weird about the thought of maybe having sleep apnea and maybe having to, like, be plugged into the sleep machine. And I recognize, like, at the end of the day, it's internalized ableism. It's that same thought about, like, having to start, you know, accepting that you maybe need, like a mobility aid or something like that. It's that same core thing of, I don't want to admit that my body can't do a thing that body is meant to be able to do. You know, it is scary that my body might need outside assistance, and I recognize that's entirely, like, internalized bullshit. But knowing that it's my brain doing internalized ableism doesn't make it any less. Maybe I can just ignore the problem and it'll go away. My sleep's been fucking weird. Ah! Oh. I'm not gonna risk damaging the cargo going that way. Yeah, I've heard that sleep lag techs are weirdly lovely people. I guess when you have to make people comfortable enough to sleep in a medical setting, that requires a degree of human communication skills. Do you think the AAA industry is going to straight up crash, or is it going to be a slow decline? I think we are seeing the worst of it right now. I don't think it's going to fully crash. I think that... I think the stages of the slow decline we are going to see are big budget AAA games that used to be single platform starting to become multi-platform. A big push of success for Nintendo, because Nintendo's business strategy is make games for technology that's a few years behind the times, so it is less expensive to make the hardware, less expensive to make the games, and people still buy them because they are the franchise that people want. I think that's going to do very fucking well for Nintendo. I think scalability of games. I think we're going to see a re-rise of the AA space to fill the void being left in AAA. But I think it's going to get... AAA is going to get worse before it gets better. Oh, I keep forgetting I need to make new shoes. The yellow, your shoes are broken light keeps flashing at me. It turns out the tight mask you need for CPAP if you breathe through your mouth and EDS really don't combine well. Oh, that's not ideal news for me to hear. I mean, it's ideal news. It might be the thing that keeps me away from needing the tight mask on my face. Yeah. I know I'm a chronic mouth breather, and it is purely because my mouth is fucked up. Like, where is my light going? It's that way. Okay, we'll go around the base. I've talked about this before. I have, like, a physically short upper lip. My upper lip is shorter proportionally than it's meant to be. So if I put my mouth in a resting position, like, it rests a portion open. You can maybe kind of see on stream it sort of sits open because, okay, let's go. Let's avoid these fucking mines. My mouth sits open because my upper lip is, like, way shorter than it's supposed to be. I'm being attacked. Which means I've been a lifelong mouth breather, which is terrible for my teeth and my sleep breathing. Dandelion says, for me, the thing I hate the idea of is being fed. I'd rather have milkshakes through a store than have someone feed me. No idea why. Yeah, everyone's got that line of independence that feels like the thing. It's... Everyone's line is in a different place, but it can be hard to go, but my body can't do that thing without help. I think eating is a common one of those. I get it, yeah. My bones were obligingly trying to squish into shapes that the CPAP strap suggested. Wow, that made your sleep quality worse. Fun. That's, I can see how that would happen. I can see how they wouldn't foresee your bones are squishing because of the mask. The stuff yeah, not your bones, the stuff holding your bones, your collagen, your connective tissues. Oh, I got a shit ton of bad face stuff. My jaws just don't work properly. I have vestibular what is it? Something vestibular jaw. My jaw doesn't sit in the socket properly. It constantly, like, clicks and seizes up. Hey, faster on wheels. Just got here. I had to be fed before going on TPN. It was very hard for me. I was freaked out by the full face mask on BiPAP in the hospital. In the end, the steam was soothing at least. Yeah, it's... Weirdly, being fed isn't in the worst one for me, in that regard. But, like, I very much get it. I can get where it worst. Ah! Go. How close? We gotta be pretty close to where the Motherhood is now. Alright, there we go. Onto the desert. Nice and straight line now. Yeah, I have a bunch of bad stuff with my connective tissue. Like, I've never been diagnosed with EDS, but it would make sense of a lot of the things I have going on. I've not bothered to try and get a diagnosis, because it's not like getting diagnosed with EDS means they can do anything about it. But I have a lot of my joints that just do weird, bad stuff that they probably shouldn't do. Like, my knees are not nearly as strong for standing as they should be. I can't stand for as long as I would like to be able to. My jaws click and seize and do weird things, like they don't sit in the sockets right. Harris says, I was bedridden for 6 months in 2021, so being able to go to the bathroom by myself is a big one, and being able to move is something I felt like I was keen. Yeah, independence around the bathroom, definitely a big one. Being able to get up and move around, I struggled with the, like, 8 months or so immediately after lower surgery recovery, where I had a lot of issues with fatigue, exhaustion, and pain really limited my ability to move, and particularly to go particularly far from home, because, like, very quick, like, unpredictably, I could be spiked with pain or fatigue, and the first month or so was like a very big culture shock. It's a thing like I would be a lot more okay with now, but initially feeling very stuck when I'd previously felt very much like I was defined by my ability to just go off and do something, was like it took some adjusting. This first couple of months where it was like, I can't be upright or out of bed for more than like an hour at a time before I am, nope, gotta lie back down and sleep now. Being in sunlight makes my joints ache. That's an interesting one. Mine ache generally, they just ache more when storms are coming. Yeah, it's one of those things, I recognize that I really crave independence, and I had to confront that.
Despite all the effort you put in on our behalf.
Yeah, I understand myself a lot better in this regard now, and a lot of that was due to surgery recovery. It made me confront the fact that, like, after a childhood growing up autistic but with very little control of my own routine, moving into adulthood and suddenly having the ability to be independent and to set a routine I could follow and that I could create that safety of routine, it created like a need for a space for independence and like the predictability that comes from independence. And the first time I couldn't really be independent for like multiple months in a row, it really did make me have to examine like what I found hard about losing independence.
I'm tied up with ship repairs at the moment. Can't afford to risk contaminating this work site either. Anyway, let me check your cargo.
Oh, Rob the Bearded Dragon? Yeah, today's one of those days, it seems, where we're talking about disability today. Spooky. I'm only just recovering from a mental breakdown, been bedridden for about a month and a half. Yeah, join the being bedridden for at least some degree of time club. You're in good company here. Yeah, it's... Bodies are really tricky, and they love to just fucking fail on you. Bodies love to go, you know that stuff that, like, we say comes as standard? Oopsie.
Now displaying your current portal grade.
Yeah, as an autistic person, I do a pretty good job of living independently. But, like, being honest, my living independently 100% comes at the expense of looking after myself properly. Like, there are times where I'm like, I need an adult that can just step in, that is like, not my partner, just like an independent adult that I can be like, can you just help me fix all the stuff I've got to fix in life? You know, but you try and get that kind of support when you are, quote-unquote, evidenced as functionally living self-sufficient. Like, well, you clearly don't need that kind of help. It's like, no, I'm living self-sufficiently while, you know... I am like a car that has been running for, like, the last decade with a check engine light lit. It's like, yeah, the car's running, but, like, any mechanic would go, it shouldn't be running with that light on for that long.
Cheers for that, Sam. This'll take care of that blockage. No worries. We'll get started right away.
Oh, Rob, congrats! Hell yeah, congrats on coming
I'd
out.
rather you get some sleep so you're ready to tackle your next order. By the time you wake up, we'll probably be finished anyway. Enjoy your rest.
Cass says, getting my EDS diagnosis changed my life profoundly, even while they kept apologizing for having no cure just because now they're actually trying to manage my actual problems. That's the thing I should maybe think about, because, like, the thing that has made me go, there's no point in, like, asking about EDS is that there's no cure, so, like, there's nothing they can do about it, so whatevs. But, yeah, the thought that, like, they won't write the problems off as nothing is, like, maybe there's a benefit to it. I hope you'll forgive me if during cutscenes I'm also kind of playing Pokemon Go begrudgingly. Trying to do the stupid stuff I need to do to get this stupid shiny roaming Gimmighoul. There we go.
Sam, we've used the information provided by the Motherhood's doctor.
Okay, so this is the last mission I was allowed to talk about before the initial review embargo
Stopping
went
the
up.
supply of these weapons at the source will make it far easier to carry out future missions. Whereas leaving the factory alone only increases the risk of networked facilities coming under attack in the future. So let's shut it down.
Oh, I want to talk about a cool, exciting accessibility thing that,
Access the T2
oh, yeah. A cool, exciting accessibility thing that I heard about this week. So, some of you will know, like, okay, a quick tour of, like, sign language information. Despite American English and British English being the same spoken and written language, they're not the same sign language. British Sign Language and American Sign Language, totally different languages. American Sign Language has more in common with French Sign Language than it does with British. There's a whole bunch of reasons for that, like, but the short version, like, British Sign Language has a two-handed alphabet, American Sign Language has a one-handed alphabet. They're not the same language. But, moving over to American Sign Language, there's different, like, there's different versions of American Sign Language, and one of them is BASL, or Black American Sign Language, which has its own terminology, vernacular, facial expressions, ways of doing emphasis. It's comparable to something like AAVE, African American Vernacular English, that has its own, like, grammatical rules. The movie Sinners, really good movie, is getting its, like, streaming debut this upcoming week on HBO Max, and is going to have Black American Sign Language interpreter support available for it. It is close enough to standard American Sign Language that, you know, if you are someone that uses American Sign Language, you will be able to follow along. You might have to learn a new word or a new sign or two along the way, but, like, it's not like it is a completely different language you're not going to be able to recognize, but it will be more culturally in line with the way that black people in America, in their own community, sign. And that's really fucking cool. That recognition of cultural specifics around, like, a dialect of sign language and its importance for a film like Sinners, really fucking cool. So yeah, that's my cool accessibility update of the week, is Sinners will be available with Black American Sign Language support
your
on
next
Max.
story is a little complicated, if I'm being honest. I'll brief you on the particulars while you review the relevant information.
Yeah, the auto subtitles aren't amazing. I apologize. They're as good as I can do for a live stream. Okay, I need to fabricate new shoes quickly. Combat boots. Fabricate. New shoes are on. Okay, let's take the order. We need to go to the factory, shoot the people, come back.
Sam. This next order calls for you to infiltrate a weapons factory and disable the weapon fabricators you find within. The factory is located in this area. Although it's outside the chiral network, they have fabricators capable of producing advanced weaponry. We don't know what kind of security they have on site, so make sure you're prepared to face anything and everything. There's also a vital piece of equipment you'll need to take with you.
Okay, so let's look at the route we're heading to. So I will... Oh, this is where the other monorail happens near here. Oh, I could be starting the next monorail. Monorail. Okay, I don't know where the next point from there is going to be, so I'm just going to drive out into the desert and do my best to drive through the desert to here.
Delivery route finalized.
The Ring Terminal expansion device is designed to support the Ring Terminal's hacking capabilities. The factory where the weapon fabricators are located is outside the bounds of the chiral network, and APAS has determined that you won't be able to hack into them with your Ring Terminal alone. But with this device in your possession, all you need to do is access the fabricator terminal. It'll be hacked and rendered inoperable before you know it. Once the terminal is out of action, they'll have no way of getting the fabricators up and running. And they'll likely conclude it's not worth the hassle to try and make weapons here.
Okay, if we destroy the
Hacking
weapons place, they probably won't rebuild
will
it.
also simultaneously extract any data stored in its drive. So be sure to bring the expansion device back.
Okay, we can find out what they were
Send it to
doing
the ship's
there.
delivery terminal to complete the order. we'll conduct a full analysis of the data you bring us.
I feel like I recognize this voice actor. It's
This device contains unique components that
George Miller, the guy behind Mad Max. I believe this is George Miller. Or it might just be the face of George Miller, but a voice of someone else. Dandelion says, I've been told by people with EDS I probably have it, but I'm too ill to get to hospital, so nowhere to get diagnosed. I just need to fucking make the time to do the mentally exhausting thing of go to a doctor and go, I think this list of shit's wrong with my body. Can you poke and prod me and do all the things that I find terrifying and exhausting to find out what's up with me? Reese in the YouTube chat says, just finished Death Stranding 2 last night. Very curious for you to expand upon the COVID stuff when you get there. Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get there on stream. About the stuff that feels like it is COVID adjacent to me in this game. But we'll get there. I'm gonna put this on my backpack. I'm gonna need it for hacking. Okay, I've got my new shoes. Now, this is where I get completely sidetracked and I just go build an entire monorail for a bit. Driving out from here, I want to basically U-turn. There we go. Time to build a monorail.
Stretch my legs.
Okay, so I need 400 out of those. We've got that. Resins. 240 special alloys. Okay, can I see in the sandstorm where the next bit of the monorail is? Yeah, weirdly, the biggest, one of the biggest signs that I probably have EDS going on is my constant stomach issues that are. I'd written them off for the longest time as being autism related because a lot of the time autistic people have various stomach issues, but the research seems to be leaning in the direction of what's actually going on there is we already know that a lot of people who are autistic also have EDS, and EDS often causes stomach issues. What we are ascribing to autism may likely just be we're failing to diagnose the EDS that's going on in this autistic person that is causing the stomach stuff, which is interesting. It's certainly interesting. Right, where we just built the monorail. I see like another marker for the monorail somewhere. Oh, this doesn't go the way I thought it did. The monorail's going... Where's the monorail connecting? It's going out into the desert that way, and it's going... I want to go investigate this monorail for a bit. Sorry, yes. To clarify EDS, we are referring to Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I forget that it is not a ubiquitous acronym. I know I have actual game to be doing, but You can't just give me a stretch of monorail in the middle of nowhere and expect me not to have the desire and urge to connect it up and make it longer. Yes, body just deciding it's not going to digest food the way that it usually... I'm not even going to say usually does, previously did. It's like, nope. Food digestion's changed now, get used to that. Yes, my understanding of the connection between EDS and gastrointestinal issues is that a lot of the intestines is made up of connective tissue, and, you know, that's EDS's whole bag, is your connective tissue having issues. Right. Let's chuck this in here. I need... special alloys. Okay. So this is what? Hartman? Is that Hartman's lab? What is this place? This is... Oh, this is one of the other mining operations. Okay, okay. Okay, I'll come connect this up, and then we'll try and follow this the other way. The problem is the big sandstorm in the desert's going to make it tricky to follow this the other way, and then we'll go do the mission. Yeah, I mean, that is the other theory about autistic stomach issues, is autism causing a whole bunch of stress and anxiety and cortisol that equally doesn't do the digestive system any good. Oh, fun bit of research I was reading this week. Did you know autistic people experience an entirely unique type of anxiety that is not observed in non-autistic people? There is, like, a unique flavor of anxiety that's like, oh, only autistic brains know how to make you feel anxious like this. That's a fun fact. Alright, so I need more special alloys. I need 540 special alloys. Oh, I'm not going to be able to finish building this monorail for the second. Okay. Special edition anxiety. Yeah, let me see if I can find this study I was reading. Autism unique form of anxiety. Can I find this study now? I'm trying to find it midstream. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm reading from the National Library of Medicine, over on PubMed. Association of amygdala development with different forms of anxiety and autism spectrum disorder. This is a 2022 study. There's been a newer study on this that I'm not going to, like, stress about finding on stream. That's a 2025 study. The short version, this 2022 study is like, hey, we know that the amygdala has a role in anxiety and autism, but we've not studied, like, the relationship between co-occurring anxiety and amygdala developing autism. And the short version, they found, like, a unique kind of amygdala-triggered anxiety that does not look the way it does in like, it looks a unique way in autism that it doesn't look anywhere else. The amygdala does some completely unique shit for autistic people that is partly it's what makes us autistic, and B, it means we get to experience an anxiety type no one else does. The amygdala's just like, hey, I'm cooking up some custom shit for you. So yeah, you can go do some further reading on this. We get a unique flavor of autism. Unique flavor of anxiety. We get a unique flavor of autism. It's autism. Oh, and this is for building a road. Oh, I'm gonna get so off track. I'm gonna have to remember. Oh, I'm gonna have to remember to come back here off stream now. Fancy anxiety, yes. Okay, so here we need... This is going to take up most of my chiral crystals, so I'm not going to be able to do another of these for a bit. But I can make this whole road. Okay, so we have... I have this bit of road, at least. This might help remind me I need to come back here a little bit. What does this next stretch of road need? And then I swear I'll get back to the mission I'm on. Been through the desert on a road with no name. I will name it once I finish building it. Oh, that needs way more materials than I have right now. Okay. I'm going to see if I can find where the next bit of monorail is, but that's just out of curiosity. Look, once we've done the mission we're currently on, if that's where the mood we're in, chat, I am happy to go do side quests so I can get road materials and ignore the main plot and just build the monorail for today's stream. Like, that's very acceptable. Speaking of weird stomach issues, I'm having weird stomach pains tonight for no reason. I love you, body, and the way that you just decide to be like, nah, this bit ain't working right now, don't worry about it. Okay. Okay, so the current monorail is here and goes this way. Actually, I'm not going to have materials to build the monorail even if I find it. So what I should do is follow... I'm going to go follow the mission at least for now. Because following this mission will get me more materials to build more monorail. Monorail. Okay, I am heading the right way. Oh, there's the line, I see. Classroom wheels, nothing really. I just have to wait for my body to sort itself out. No. Gastrointestinal issues has been like a lifelong one for me. My mum kept a journal while I was growing up, and it means that I get to, when I show up to medical appointments, I can be like, here is the book in which when I was 2 years old, Mum was documenting this medical thing that I'm coming to you about today. I had to go on an incredibly restrictive diet when I was like 2, while doctors tried to diagnose what foods my body wasn't good with, and their ultimate answer was, we don't fucking know, just sort of learn to live with it. But there were there was a good year or so when I was like 2 through 3 years old, where like the only food I was allowed to eat was like rice crackers. It was rice crackers with a little bit of Marmite on. And basically nothing else allowed in the diet. There are accounts of me desperately crying, wanting just like a piece of bread, and not understanding why I wasn't allowed it. It was like just any kind of food that wasn't just dry rice crackers. But we tried to understand what up in my body. And little baby Laura was not allowed interesting foods for a while. Okay, oh, I should have gone around the wild bit of the sand dunes. Oh, there's a road to be built, but I don't have, I have the materials for that right now. We'll wait until we've connected the next place onto the grid. Going on a train journey over a bridge? Hell yeah. Oh, I may have finally had some luck trying to organize a video I've wanted to make for a long time involving trains and video games. I will have talked about the idea somewhere in the past. Some of you will probably be aware of an idea involving train sim and real trains that I've wanted to record for a long time. I'm certainly not saying it's happening, but maybe I got an email from a train company's PR department today that at least wasn't a no and was a request for more information, which feels like as close to a win as I've had on that, on trying to trying to get that to happen. Non-lethal grenade launcher to the rescue! Oh, the thud of this thing hitting is so satisfying as it slows down the game. Okay, offload. I mean, these ones are robots. These, it wouldn't have been considered lethal anyway to shoot, but those explosion types, it's like, that wouldn't be doing human flesh any good. Yeah, I need to make time tomorrow to email train company and be like, hello, yes, please do let me, play a video game on your train while recording a video. And if anyone asks me, I can be like, the train people said it's allowed. Phew, oh, sorry. I do really enjoy playing this game as a pretty mindless power fantasy. Putting it on a low difficulty, so that stuff dies relatively easily, and having the slowdown so that, like, I kill a thing and suddenly I have slow motion to, like, take a second to aim my next shot. I feel so powerful playing this game. Oh, trust me, if that video goes ahead, I will be wearing such a train-related outfit. I just have to explain the video concept to some more train people and hope that they like the idea enough to say, yes, you can ride the train.
The door won't open. Maybe it locks when enemies are nearby.
Okay, there's still enemies
You can try
left.
to lure them away from here, or take them all out. Your call.
Deutsche Bahn? Love the Deutsche Bahn. Oh, hello, I see you over there. Okay. Did the music calm down? Does that mean I can open the door now? Aha, there it did. Okay. This is the server we gotta hack.
Fabricated and exposed. We've extracted the necessary data as well. Let's make our escape and return to the DHD Magellan. Don't forget to bring the ring terminal expansion device with you.
When did you start getting your hands raised?
Hey, zombie Higgs.
Let that yawn out. There's no pretending.
Or rather unsettling.
Will hold you and protect you. So let love warm you till the morning.
Yep, the electric guitar weapon makes its appearance. Hey, Higgs.
Did you miss me?
Hell no.
Yeah, I figured you'd pay this place a visit. Seeing as how I've been distributing the fruits of this fine factory all over the continent. With guns and violence, the whole damn world could be yours. Same as it ever was. Oh. Looks like you decided to trade in that rope for a stick this go-round. Well, I suppose even a porter has to pull the trigger from time to time. Oh, what about you? Hey, buddy. Are you just another soulless little husk, huh?
Let go of me!
Oh.
Pathetic guitarist. Where's the rest of your band?
You know what? I wasn't the biggest fan of Higgs in the first game. I think he really works in the sequel.
Was it you, Heads? Huh? Was it you that killed Lou? You still don't know, do you? Sam the man in the dark. About everything.
Fuck you know about my kid?
Give the baby
Wrong
back.
answers. You're gonna have to find them yourself. But the ones you do find, well, that pain you nurse will only get worse. Now, I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of that fancy boat your friends brought along, so before they show up, how about I get a little taste of that endless agony? Hmm? Something special just for you. Bit of that rope you like so much. This here, my guts.
I could do with
They'll
some
go tighter over
mechanical
time, but
replacement
they will keep
guts.
your head clean off. But you are a patriot, meaning you'll just keep coming back. Only for my boys here to keep doing their thing over and over again. So you'll just die and die and keep on dying for all eternity.
He's a little bit fucking sadistic, isn't he? What if I strangled you to death and then when you
Really
woke up
shame
you
you
were
won't
still
stay
being
here.
strangled to death?
But hey, locking you in a cycle of endless suffering, well, that's good too. So let's let the glorious game over loop begin. The fuck?
I had so many theories about this. The samurai robot. Particularly with the laughter there. I'm not gonna tell you whether I was correct or not, but I'm gonna tell you the review note that I wrote down during this cutscene. Off the top of my head, I believe it was something to the effect of, "Wait, that sort of baby laughter? Is that Lou's ghost piloting a samurai incredibly effectively? It's gonna be really weird and dissonant to go back to like feeding Lou nom noms. If this is Lou's ghost piloting the samurai, and we get Lou back into a body, it's gonna be real weird to be like, do you want your nom noms? Baby that I saw be a badass samurai." Is the stuttering just my end? It stopped. I'm showing 0 drop frames on my end, so it probably was on your end. I apologize for the issue regardless. But yeah, that was my theory here. Am I gonna is this a samurai wielding ghost that I'm gonna by the end of the game be feeding nom noms again? Get the ninja, Lou. This is such an interestingly choreographed fight, right? Very few cuts, some simulated handicam. I would love to see Kojima choreograph fight scenes in like a theatrical release movie, like a CG theatrically released movie, because he's got an eye for cool ass fight scenes.
Sorry, Sam. We'll have to have our fun another time.
I have so many thoughts about the choices made in this scene. Yeah, this
What on earth
was...
was that red behemoth anyway? The way it wielded that sword was almost reminiscent of a samurai. A friend of yours, perhaps? In any event, I think it's time we left this place. Come on, Sam. Let's get going.
Yeah,
Turn
that was the
expansion
last
device
moment
to
of the game that if you wanted to do a review when like the embargo first lifted, that was the last thing in this game you could acknowledge. It did seem to be lullaby music, yeah. And there did seem to be some chuckling baby laughter. This is where we're heading, right. Oh, please tell me the sandstorm's died down for a bit now. Might not be quite precise, but if I had to estimate, I'd say this is about the halfway point in the game. Was it a lullaby? Ha ha ha. I like that a lot. I found so much good music from this game. It brings me a lot of joy every time we like drive over a crest of a like a sand dune or something and just hear that little bit of Lou having a giggle. Sandstorm might be down enough that I can go see where the, Actually, I'll wait until I've got more materials, but we can continue this monorail soon. Master Will says, okay, can someone explain to me how Lou is truly dead if she enjoys things? That's part of the mystery right now. Right now, all we know is Lou seemingly got killed, then a ghostly version of Lou appeared in the BB pod, and still seems to be active in as much as our, like, enemy scanner and our, like, ghost scanner still works, and that is powered by the, you know, the BB in the pod doing the scanning. And she seems to be, like, enjoying things. She seems to get scared and we can, like, calm her and stuff, by interacting with her. What the deal is there is still a big mystery, and, the villain, Higgs, in that last encounter was like, I'm not going to give you the answers about what's going on with Lou, but, like, you're going to have to find those answers yourself, and you might not like the answers you get. But you keep going on your journey. I should give some heads up. I'm taking a week off at some point this month. I'm taking a week off to do basically no work. I'm gonna take a week that is just a non-work week, not doing anything, and I physically need it. I've been feeling myself running on fumes recently. I'm looking forward to having a bit of time to just not for a minute and to let my body get back to a resting state before I keep going.
Hey, Sam. Glad you're okay. I'll check your order status right away.
Yeah, I've needed it for a while. It's
That
my
was some incredible fighting. I knew
it's
you
my
had it.
once a year in the summer I take one. There are 2 times in the year I take off. I try and not work or work as little as possible during the week between Christmas and New Year, and once in the summer, usually July or August, I'll take 1 week where I just take a week to stop and enjoy the sun and be around friends. I do my best to look after myself. I do better than I used to. When I started doing this work, I was working like 18-hour days, 7 days a week, and I was putting out a bunch of content, but it was not in a healthy way. I'm doing better about that. Ooh, faster ammo, lovely. I'm glad we confirmed Higgs was involved. I don't understand how he escaped the
The Ghost
beach.
Mech forces are definitely under his control. And
Oh yeah, he's
the
wants to spread
information we
weapons.
retrieved from the device you brought back to us only serves to confirm this. We now know for a fact that the weapons popping up in this region can all be traced back to that factory. But that's not all we've determined. We've also learned about a new type of fabricator, one that wasn't present at the weapons factory. It's not clear where they're being used or what they're producing, but this likely means there may be another factory out there. We'll look into it.
Rest is radical
Great work,
for other
Sam.
people, not for me.
That factory won't be capable of producing weapons ever again. The Motherhood should rest a little bit easier with that knowledge. Higgs remains a concern, however.
So, I'm going to answer a thing that chat is asking. So, Natalie Cass points out there was a scene at the start where it seemed like Dollman was about to say that the pod was empty before Fragile hushed him. Now, I will give you the counterpoint to that, which is Sam has a condition called Dooms. One of the things it means is that he has a degree of ability to sense BBs without using a BB in a pod. He's not as good as it. He's not as effective at doing it as he would be with Lou in the pod. But he talks at the start of the game about like since the first game he's gotten better at it. And the counterpoint to Dollman saying that the pod is empty would be perhaps Dollman can't see the ghost BB Lou in the pod, but Sam can because Sam's got Dooms. And it has been demonstrated he has... Because, like, when Lou was... During that 2 years that Lou was growing up, and during the trip across Mexico, where we didn't have Lou with us, we were detecting BBs ourselves just kind of badly. We were doing a degree of sensing BBs ourselves without Lou. So, yeah. If Dollman doesn't have Dooms, that's your explanation.
It is indeed possible he has another factory elsewhere in the continent. It seems we'll need to proceed with greater caution in the days and weeks ahead. Upgrading the Magellan may also be worth considering. As for you, Sam, you need only to continue expanding the network.
For now, Sam, you should return to your private room and get some rest. You made a real difference today.
Right, what are we doing? Fabrication? Claim materials, here we go. Grab 200 chiral crystals, metals, ceramics. That's not really enough special alloys to be worth it, but we can grab 320 of those. I'm gonna see if I've got enough to continue making the enough materials to make it worth continuing the monorail. I think it's special alloys I need to connect that new mine to the other end, so it's not worth me going to that end right now. That said, I might see if I can continue the road tour. No, that's the road was going to somewhere that wasn't on the network. Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah, that was that problem. Okay. Yeah, having dooms does a few things, like, it's the reason that Rainy always makes the rain happen, but can have a little circle of anti-timefall. It often comes with abilities. It's the reason that Sam is a repatriate, and upon death comes back to life. It does a handful of things, but yeah, it's... in Sam's case, also allows a degree of sensing BTs. Oh, we're off grid. Okay, the next section of the monorail is off the grid, which means it's probably going to be too expensive for me to invest in right this second, at least without doing some side quests. Let's see. Let's try. Let's do what we can. Okay, yeah, Reese also points out, yes, the other counterpoint is, while Dollman does initially say, like, go to say that the pod's empty, Dollman comes to see that when Sam plugs into the pod, there's the bleed-through effect stuff. Dollman, by being attached to Sam, also sees it. I plug into the pod that Lou is in, and I start seeing visions. Provides another counterpoint to that. Yeah. So yeah, that is the current evidence on the table. That is probably the best way to put that. Okay, it's mainly the special alloys I'm lacking, yeah. Do any of my currently built factories produce special alloys? Where are they? The mine here is for resins. There's another mine over here for... that is for special alloys. Like 6,000 special alloys for 2,000 chiral crystals. How many chiral crystals do I have right now? I'm gonna say not fucking enough. 200. If I saved up for chiral crystals, I could get a shitload of special alloys. Okay, let's go get some sleep in the Magellan. And then we can decide whether to continue the main plot or whether to go do side quests purely to get materials to expand the network. Does this become a monorail and roads only stream, or do we continue the plot so that, where is it? So that it becomes cheaper to build the roads and the monorails in the long run? Oh, there it is. I was going way off track. Oh gosh, it's 10:40 already. You're right. Okay, I can get back on track. Oh, I have a busy day ahead of me tomorrow. Tomorrow I need to sit down and do proper planning for season 15 of Dice Funk, which is a bit ahead of time, but that might be me solo DMing a season of Dice Funk. And if so, I need to bloody prepare. I need to do the bit where I definitively go, this is what that season's going to be. There we go. Yeah, there's been a little bit of rain. Today was the first day that England was slightly less, oh my god, we're all going to burn. The temperature was, like, manageably warm today. I can do my best to summarize this game up till now in, like, a sentence or two. Give me, like... Here is how I would best summarize the first game and where we're at in the second game. First game, you're a guy called Sam. You've got this little baby in a pod. It helps you sense ghosts. You get tasked with connecting the United States of America to the internet, but it's for 3D printers. Along the way, you learn the true meaning of connectedness and the fact that, really, delivery people are the most important people on the planet for keeping people connected when they're trapped inside in their own homes. You let the baby out of the pod at the end. That's your kid, Lou. Second game. We go to Australia to connect Australia to the 3D printed internet while wrestling with questions of, is this colonialism? Is doing this causing climate change? Should we maybe stop doing this rather than what Australia's doing, which is like, oh, everywhere that's not connected to the 3D printer internet is having climate change happen? Should we stop doing the 3D printer internet because that's making climate change worse? No. Let's hurry to connect us to the 3D printer internet so we're not affected by climate change. Let's make that other people's problem. Let's basically explore what if developed nations popped all of the problems of, like, strip mining the world and creating trash onto developing nations, made it their problem. Also, Sam's baby got killed and is now a ghost in the pod, and Sam is dealing with persistent long-term bereavement disorder. I might have that acronym slightly wrong. Basically, diagnosed disabling levels of grief. That's basically the plot. There you go. If I mention a thing and you have no idea what I'm talking about, feel free to just ask what that thing is, and I will give you, like, a one sentence. Here's who tomorrow is, or what timefall is.
She's at it again.
Persistent complex bereavement disorder, that's the one.
Wait. Looks like clear skies. Let the sun shine tomorrow. It's a Japanese game to predict the weather. I learned it as a kid. This is rainy, cloudy, and sunny. A charm to ward off evil spirits. To help keep tomorrow safe.
So yeah, in the orange coat, this is tomorrow.
Oh, it's right.
If she touches things, they, like, fast forward through time.
Doesn't it always rain whenever you go outside, though?
We found her in a world of the dead in, like, a chrysalis.
Yes.
She's lived in a world of the dead
down in
as
my
long as she
heart.
can remember.
It's really sunny.
And in the yellow jumper, that is rainy.
Okay, your turn.
In a big circle around her is rain that makes time fast forward, but in a little circle around her, there is rain that makes that the damage undo itself.
There. Now it'll be sunny.
Bye, Sam.
Bye.
yeah, Doll Man is a wooden doll with a human soul in it.
Whatever.
They play this weather predicting game in the UK and the shoe never stops spinning in the air. Okay, where are we off to next? The autistic character is amazing. Yeah, Tomorrow definitely reads as autistic to me, and I think she's wonderful. Yeah, Sam, you need to have a shower before you sleep.
Your altercation with Higgs appears to have healed. I've been thinking about what he said at West Fort Knot. He claimed that extinction wasn't his creed, that he wanted to build a world where fear and violence are king. I can only assume that at present he lacks the means to set the last Stranding in motion. So instead, he settled for trying to pit people against one another so they can tear the world apart for him. The weapons factory was just a means to that end. All the more reason why we need to rely upon the He wanted to get under your
Sorry,
skin.
accidentally button mashed. ADHD, love it.
To get his revenge by inflicting as much pain and suffering as possible on the undying repatriate.
He wants to make us have a bad time. That's Higgs' whole plan.
You should try to put it out of your mind. Focus on finishing this journey, and in doing so, finding the closure you need. That's one of the reasons we took to the road after all. That and finishing the network to bring forth a new plate gate. Let's carry on, Sam. One step at a time.
Sam, Charlie here.
Okay, another job. Pick it up from Motherhood. Yeah, we can do that. As long as I finish today's stream at a place where the DHV Magellan can fast travel, I can do more building roads and things off stream. Now, what mood are we in, chat? Do we want the story to progress? Or do I do non-plot progressing side quests purely to build roads and monorails very expensively? Because both are options. See what the next story mission is on here.
Sam, do you remember the coffin Higgs used to make his escape from the weapons factory? Well, it seems we've identified a similar-looking object. The mechanic who sheltered your
Tough to know which will make the
next
trains happen
reached out to
faster.
us. He's asked us to go and retrieve this object on his behalf. I'll give you a more detailed briefing as you review the request. Except the main
I'm probably
order
going to
is
continue
delivery
story for now.
terminal to proceed.
I think that makes sense. Right. There's a mechanic. Spotted a suspicious coffin. Gotta recover the coffin and head that way. Oh, yeah, this will connect that next area onto the map, which is where the monorail would be going anyway. So that makes sense to do, I think.
Hello, Sam. Charlie here. This next order requires you to retrieve a piece of cargo. Said cargo is located somewhere within this armed survivalist's base, and is...
Why is definitely not Lex Luthor our dispatcher of sorts? Whoever he is the person financing our Connect Australia to America's 3D printer internet. We don't know his identity. He is going as a Lex Luthor JPEG to disguise who he is, and speaking with the voice of someone from the first game, out of a selection of AI voices he could have.
Additional devices of unknown purpose appear to have been delivered to the base as well.
He's the one
While much
bankrolling
remains
all this,
unclear,
with his
securing the
mysterious
coffin for
motives.
study may the mechanic
Okay.
is eager to conduct an analysis, That's all the additional information I have for now. There may be more surprises in store for us during it, so take all due care.
Yeah, I can do this. Right, so let's think our road go to. Yeah. Ooh, that's part of the monorail network is there. We can try and continue the monorail on our way.
Delivery route finalized.
Can I get any more road materials while I'm here? More monorail materials. Claim materials we can get. Ooh, yeah, we can. Metals 800. Ceramics 320. Special alloys 480. We might almost have enough special alloys to connect the monorail. I think we're like 40 special alloys short. Are there 40 special alloys on the Magellan? If so, we might have enough to connect the base at the other end to the monorail. Pop in here just to see if I can get more. Can I get more special alloys? It's what, 4? I think it's 40 I need. Fabrication, claim. 60 special alloys, I think that'll do. Load into the off-roader. Okay. So, plot is that way, but I'm gonna...
Look, Sam, a hot spring. Shall we take a dip?
Yeah, feel nice. Yeah, soak it in. Now this is living.
I think I need it to be nighttime if I want to look up at the stars. Chilling all right there, Dollman? What are my options? Put bucket on head.
Huh? It's pulling us in!
I genuinely have no idea what this is that's happening. I don't know what I've done. It sure is loading some content.
Where in the world are we? What a wonderful feeling.
Oh.
Wait, are you Sam? Where did you come from just now? Did you perhaps arrive here by way of a hot spring? If so, then we have much to discuss. Would you be so kind as to access the delivery terminal? Whenever you have a moment, that is.
Can I go back where I was at all? Or did I just take a one-way trip away from building monorails? I'm locked into the shenanigan. Okay. Hello?
Oh, excuse me.
Nice to meet you.
Are you the person living in the wall?
We've met before at this very facility.
Are you the hand
You
in the
might
hole?
remember? My hand,
Yeah.
at least. How's our mutual friend doing? Hartman and I have been working together to study water samples collected on the beach. So, you actually managed to jump here from the Miracle Spring.
I guess, hi.
I'd always theorized the existence of incredibly strong overlaps between this world and the beach. Places where a special kind of hot spring would emerge through the tar currents. Similar to the plate gates, but on a smaller scale. In principle, a person could use one to ride the currents within the earth and jump to other connected springs. Just like you did. In fact, I dug that spring you used in order to test this theory. And now, I want to confirm if it holds true for different locations. I'd love it if you were able to help Sam. I'll add the necessary functions to your PCC.
Am I locked in now to this? I just wanted to put a bucket on my head. Hot spring digger.
Just so you know, I've added hot spring digger functions to the level 2 PCC. You now have the ability to identify a suitable location and commence excavation. Once the hot
Okay.
spring has been completed, feel free to take a dip and relax. I should mention that these springs are invaluable from my beach water research. As a hydrologist, they're a critical resource. So, if I may ask, Sam, would you be willing to use my digger to find and excavate hot springs throughout the continent?
Did all
Please
my
report back to me if you do dig any.
Did all
I'll
my
be sure to
equipment
reward you for your
vanish?
efforts.
Did all my
Were you
equipment
at
that
all
was on my
interested
backpack
in
go
digging hot
away?
springs? If so, there's a promising site I've identified. It's to the northwest of here. I'll post a formal aid request shortly. So, if you do end up digging one, in your own time, of course.
Where did all my stuff go?
Well done.
Yeah, my backpack is empty. Can I fast travel back and will I get my stuff back?
Yeah, enjoy it while you can, Sam. I needed that.
I want my shit back. Is it in the private locker here? Okay. Can I get... Okay, if I'm gonna be here, I'm at least getting more materials. Even if I'm gonna have to trek them back. Okay, I'm gonna be a bit over capacity. Okay. Okay, can I steal a vehicle from over there and drive back to where I was? Give me a second to hobble my way to that car.
If we make a hot spring jump from Hartman Spring, we should be able to return to our previous location.
Oh, should we be able
It might be
to?
a good idea to go back and retrieve anything you may have left behind.
Yeah, but I'm now worried that I'll leave this behind. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna drive. I'm gonna drive. Where are we going? We are heading to... here. I'm currently here, so I want to drive left down the mountain. So now that you're giving me more stuff, I don't want to leave this stuff behind. Is this place up this? No, that's still off the grid. What I want to do is... if I turn this way, I can go through the desert. Okay.
Oh boy, that must hurt.
Hey, Lou. Don't stress. We get back on my busted ass vehicle. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of buckets randomly teleporting me places, honestly. We're off the grid, yeah, okay. I'll wait until this is on grid. Okay. What I want to do is, yeah. Oh, there's ghosts over here. Okay. I have to pick the ghost desert as my quickest route home. Lou is enjoying the ride. I'm glad for that, at least. This is an upcoming road that's going to be off-grid. Okay, I need to slow down to conserve my vehicle battery because I don't want to be walking manually through this desert with the heavy load that I have. Someone should make a Kiki's delivery service mod where Sam Bridges wears a huge head bow and undersized dress riding a magic broom. I would play the hell out of that. Put some Ghibli music on as the soundtrack, I would have a delightful time. Totoro. Nearly there. We see the monorail, which means we're nearly back. Use a little bit of boost, seeing as we're getting close. Well, there's the Magellan. If I had to trudge back to the Magellan, I could. Yeah, screw it. Let's use a bit of boost. The battery dies just as we're coming into range. Okay, there's our car.
Okay.
Did I leave my stuff, like, in the... Oh. The cargo I was carrying before I performed a hot spring jump is in the hot springs locker. Okay, that's not ideal. That basically guarantees I will never use the hot spring as a fast travel method. Why would I ever do that when I could instead... when I could instead use a fast travel method that brings my stuff with me, right? Ceramics, off-roader. Okay, so this is where all my stuff is. Yeah, off-roader. Vehicle repair spray can go in the backpack. Leave those there. Backpack weapons. Let me just turn off the camera for a second to go. Yeah, that's... Gun. Backpack. Grenade launcher on the backpack. These materials need to go in the off-roader. Backpack, these are in the suit. Rider has all the materials. In the Tri-Cruiser. Okay, I can turn that back on and see what I'm doing. Right? Hot spring travelers are people who don't appreciate the beauty of a monorail. Exactly. Okay. Okay, can I connect the monorail at its start point at least, maybe? I know of at least one fun thing we can do with the hot springs, but it needs to be nighttime. If it becomes nighttime and I remember, I'll go back to the hot spring and we'll do something fun. Have a good night, Artisan. Okay, on the road. So I can at least connect up the first end of this monorail correctly. Mining facility, we need special alloys. The monorail at least starts at this end now. If we drive out, you should be able to see that the monorail starts at this building. Yeah, the monorail starts right at this building. This is our first point on the monorail. Also, is that a... Ooh. Generator. Okay, I'm at least going to try and follow the plot for one more mission to hopefully connect somewhere new to the grid to make it easier to continue building the monorail. So I think that's the right way to go about this. Okay, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Didn't damage anything, everything's good. Where are the markers? A2 is there. While we're doing our next bit of drive, I might introduce you to the bit of music that has been stuck in my head today. Oh, I need to find what it's called. Oh no. I've committed to this now and I'm like, I don't remember what that fucking track's called. It's stuck in my head. I'm gonna type some lyrics and find it. Poison Ivy by Trust Fund Ozu. That's the one. I've had this track like stuck in my head today. Let me... Oh. Get ads out of the way and then we'll go for a drive while I play the genre that has gripped the ADHD today. We'll go away, adverts.
When I wipe my butt with poison ivy and you tell me that you like me, it's
scratches something in the ADHD. It's not good. Right? It's scratching some combination of, like, hyperpop, bouncy and danceable, a little bit of metal influence, cutesy, but you listen to the lyrics and it's not nearly as cutesy as it sounds. Rule Spider says, ear-to-ear sound panning is a cheat code, dear musician. You're keeping my attention because you keep moving in space. Right? It's doing all the things that make my brain just shut the fuck up for a minute. Fucking love that track. I've had a few tracks like that recently that are just good. The brain will shut up and focus on just one thing while it happens. Oh, we got a bit of a fight ahead of us. I might find some more tunes of that nature. For anyone who's interested, that one was Poison Ivy by Trust Fund Ozu. I will pop that in the Twitch chat. While I'm making music recommendations, you know. Oh, okay. Who's shooting me from behind? Anyone? Is it all from this side? Okay. Oh, what else is in that brain scratcher of a headspace? Oh, I'm certain a good chunk of you will have already heard this, but I found this song through some stupid meme edits on TikTok because people were making videos about a D&D campaign where a goblin that was called something like Piss Lad or something, that was like the joke NPC, sacrificed himself to save the party at the end of the campaign, and people were making edits to this song, Lithophonia by Childish Gambino. The opening segment of it in particular, like, really fucking scratches my head real good. It's gonna sound like a slow start, but trust me, it's gonna kick off in a way that's real good for the brain. Let me turn the combat sense down a little.
He had a break. He's finding out that nobody gives a fuck. I did my job. I paid my dues. Love is for fools, 'cause nobody gives a fuck.
3, 2, 1, here we go, fuckers.
Nobody gives a fuck. I feel liberated, over medicated. It was overrated. Tell what you want, I can tell by the look on your face. Let me out of here. I've been gone so long. Don't you know that this is the moment you're watching us throw it away? Cody Lorraine, he had a break. He's finding out that nobody gives a fuck. I did my job. I paid my dues. Love is for fools, 'cause nobody gives a fuck.
It's that first kickoff into Nobody Gives a Fuck and the guitar pounding in. that just, oh, so good.
Nobody gives a fuck. My sweet Lithonia, what have you done? These are your children. I am your son. Cody Lorraine, what have you done? Please find it out. Nobody gives a fuck. Cody Lorraine, what have you done? Nobody gives a fuck. Cody.
Good track. I want to find something that's ADHD cheat coding. I want to find... Ooh... Ghost Data Become God is, I think, one that someone on like someone in the chat here recommended to me at some point that's good. I've done Candy Carpenter before. What is the USS? Yes, USS Ubiquitous Synergy Seeker has a song called, what is it called? Is it just called Alien? Alien, yeah. Oh, Alien from USS. Good ADHD scratcher.
Well, words can't say, I'll try them anyway. You don't know how indebted I am. You, not my state, and hyperstimulate everything, especially my human heart feels safe. Two puzzles in the maze. The history's a 50-pound weight. Wait no more. They're kicking on the door. The crystal ship is ready to take me home.
Sure, feel free to make a recommendation, Rule Spider. I'll give it a listen.
I just stopped by to say I'm an alien crawling under human skin.
This is the bit that the ADHD craves.
Hang tight, permission to abort denied. Your heart, you're everything you think you are. Alien crawling under human skin. Alien crawling under human skin. Alien crawling under human skin. Take me well, words can't say. I try 'em anyway. I don't know how poetic I can articulate how I appreciate.
I'll drop you a link to this in a second.
I just stopped by to say I'm an alien crawling under human skin. Let go of everything you think you know. Hang tight, permission to abort tonight. Your heart, you're everything you think you are. Alien crawling under human skin. Alien
Hey, comrade.
crawling under human skin. Alien crawling under human skin. Take me home.
Oh, why can't I connect the... Why can't I chuck this coffin in my vehicle? Is it because I have too many materials in the vehicle? It might be. I'll work it out. I might have to deliver this stupid coffin on foot. Ooh, Conrad, I will chuck your recommendation on in a second. What are you recommending? Sorry, I will share USS Alien before I forget. And then we're gonna go track the. I'm gonna go track this coffin over on foot, I guess. Let's check the game audio back. Actually, yeah, we'll keep the game audio down if we're gonna give this track a go. While yeah, fuck it. I think we just take the coffin on foot for now. That's gonna be the way to do this. I hate to leave all my good cargo, but. It's not that big of a walk. Right, what was Conrad's recommendation? Does your God have a big Oh, Laura Jane Grace, yeah. Oh, good taste, comrade. Good taste.
Does your God have a big fat dick? 'Cause it feels like he's fucking me. Are his balls filled with lightning? Do they dangle like heaven's keys? Does your God have a big fat dick? 'Cause it feels like he's fucking me. Does his ego deep so deep it puts an ass to sleep? Who's the 6 to his 9 and what are his other kinks? If he grows all the trees, does he taste every peach? Is your God fucking you, fucking me? I know creation must get lonely. After all, he's one and only, and his son was so well hung. I think the big man there's one. Does your God have a big fat dick? 'Cause it feels like he's fucking me. Are his balls filled with lightning? Do they dangle like heaven's keys? Does your God have a big fat dick? 'Cause it feels like he's fucking me. When he whips out his meat, does your fall to his knees? Does he shoot wads of honey and come twice on Easter Sunday? What's his favorite position? Missionary, magic bullet. We all give him no lover, just a hand and a mother. Can he come a shotgun blast and shoot salvation up your ass as he chew cum like bubble gum and give blowjobs like up the gum? Does your God have a big fat dick? 'Cause it feels like he's fucking me. Are his balls filled with lightning? Do they dangle like heaven's keys? Does your God have a big fat dick? 'Cause it feels like he's fucking me. Does your God have a big fat dick? 'Cause he's fucking you and me.
Hey, look, Laura Jane Grace, real fucking class act of a musician. Cannot say enough praise for her music. Of the many things I appreciate about her music, maybe my favorite thing about having seen her play live in the sort of post-transgender dysphoria blues era is specifically that there are a lot of really talented trans musicians out there, and there is an increasing number of trans musicians that do really interesting stuff with punk. There's no one quite like Laura Jane Grace to make a room, like a punk room, feel like I can be trans in a way that is not only visible, but that doesn't have to think about respectability politics, in a way that's like, it's real good for the soul to have some trans punk that is just not that fucking concerned with, being for an audience of cis palatability, you know?
Who calls for comfort?
Rule Spider, I will give your track a go in a second, and then what I might do is go back to, that trans band that I was recommending on, was it Monday's stream, where I was, playing a little of their stuff? What's the band called? Fuck, let me pull the other... The album Second Puberty, Strange New Places. I know we played one of their tracks, I can't remember which one. Full of Myself. We played Full of Myself on stream the other day. I might play another track off Second Puberty while we go for the trek back to go get my vehicle full of all my materials. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna deliver this coffin, go get the car, bring the car back here to get the materials, go back and start like building the road and the monorail again, and we'll just do that until the hour. Here we go. Here's the fucking coffin. Hey, survivalist.
I'm glad you could make it. Did you really manage to retrieve the device?
Yeah, I did. Had to leave my car behind, but we did it.
This will do.
Let me get this,
It is in the best shape I could have hoped for.
I pitched a moist. Is there a particular track off of this album that you would recommend, Rule Spider, as like a... If I'm gonna listen to one on stream, is there one that you think is like the track we should check out? I will say, High Pitched and Moist is a hell of a fucking album title. I'll give you that. Okay. Make the coffin. We can make a hoverboard out of a coffin lid now, which is pretty fucking cool.
Fascinating, this ocean of information. It's so much more than I imagined. Enough for me to make great strides in multiple avenues of research.
Face writing.
I hesitate
Okay, I will
to
give
call it
face
reward,
writing a
but
listen in a sec.
I would like to present you with this. It's a classic collectible. Sure to help you make lasting memories.
Oh, it's a camera. An instant camera we can use on the Magellan.
Now I can share with you the coffin board schematic. It's essentially a coffin that's been equipped with an electric propulsion.
Yeah, it's a
Who made it
hoverboard.
and for what purpose is anyone's guess. I'm also curious how such a bizarre device came into the possession of the armed survivalists.
They wanted to make a hoverboard. That's how.
We need to use all.
Yeah, that'll do.
Oh.
The data scientist has a suborder. We'll come back to that.
Sam, the coffin you recovered for us is being examined by the mechanic as we speak. APAS's own analysis has concluded that while there is no evidence that Higgs was ever inside it, the technology it utilizes is undeniably related to that of the Ghost mechs. Meaning it's possible that Higgs is still fabricating all new kinds of weapons. Now, as for the coffin board that the mechanic was kind enough to share with you, it's much more than just a mode of transport. If you're within network coverage, you can hide inside one and retreat into the tar currents. This provides an opportunity to catch your breath. The board you brought back had the very same functionality. It would be terrible indeed if we had to contend with enemies attacking from the tar beneath our feet. I must commend you on a job well done.
Okay, we done? Oh, that Fragile's got stuff to say.
I know that wasn't an easy job. The time has come to finally connect East Fort Knot to the chiral network.
Ah, okay.
That said, it will take a while longer for the necessary cargo to be
That's
ready
fine.
for
I'm going to be making roads and
So let's use this
monorails
time
for a bit,
everyone to get
Fragile.
some
Don't you worry
rest.
about it.
Between decontaminating the ship and searching for the weapons factory, it's fair to say everyone's been feeling the strain. You and Dolman have had to complete several difficult orders recently, too. Wrap up any pressing and finished business, then return to the Magellan. We have a long road ahead of us. On another subject, would you mind if I borrowed that instant camera the mechanic gave you? I bet Rainey and Tamara would love to try it out. Apparently, they're pretty rare these days.
Sure, we'll do that. But first, I need to listen to what was that track called? We're gonna give Face Riding a listen as I go get my car back. What is this voice?
I get so happy when you straddle my head.
What is this voice reminding me of?
To the inside of my lips, thick like ropes holding me in place. Jaw dislodged by the grinding of your hips. I'm happy suffocating when you're riding my face.
This voice is really familiar, and it's not this artist. I don't know where I've heard this voice. Ooh, I see what you mean about the ADHD scratch of it. I see why it's called high-pitched voice. Is it that it's making me think of fucking Bebo from Adventure Time, which is weird dissonance? No, it's not that, it's... I can't place that. Good track recommendation, though. Even if it's gonna be rattling around my head for days while I try and work out why this voice feels familiar. Wow. Yeah, I will give that album more of a listen. Now that we're in the vein of kind of sexual songs and punk songs from trans musicians, I want to pick something else off Second Puberty, and I'm kind of leaning towards Countertop Surface, maybe? Give this a go, maybe.
Some of them. So sit me on the kitchen counter in her underwear. Fuck me up and I'll fuck you up too. If you're up for doing it or whatever, I'm up for doing whatever you want me to do. I'm a thirsty bitch.
Right? Scar about queer, joyous sex. That is Countertop Surface off the album Second Puberty by Strange New Places. Cannot recommend this album highly enough. It is punk and ska joyously mixed together, being, again, this is maybe the first album since Transgender Dysphoria Blues that I would really point to and go, this is going to be a defining piece of trans punk. Like, this is gonna be one of the pieces of music that defines, like, the trans punk scene for years to come. I really fucking hope this album takes off, because damn, it's on Bandcamp. Let me chuck the Bandcamp link. This is one of those albums that, like, I want this to be regularly brought up in conversation a lot when people talk about transgender dysphoria blues. I want them to talk about this, like, this to be the next words out of their mouth. Right, fabrication and management. Let's grab more materials. And put these all in off-roader. This gives us like 10-15 minutes to try and hook up some more of the monorail network. Connect this bit of the monorail and then see if there's another middling piece that we've left behind, perhaps. I think there's at least one connecting piece before we get this all hooked up. So is this a generator? So I'm gonna pop by the generator. Okay, this is nice and cheap to finish up. We need... Ooh, we don't have quite enough to finish this. Ooh, really? Special alloys. We're really light on the special alloys. Can I get more special alloys from the Magellan, maybe? If I'm lucky. Or if I fast travel back to some of the really early locations on the map, can I maybe get some materials from those? Magellan. Me bored. A bunch of work emails, they can go away. Okay, do we have any materials on the Magellan? It's not much, I don't think, that I need to finish this up. Only 34. I can maybe give another track a go in a minute. I want to first see if I can get those materials I need quickly. So, where am I currently? And I cannot dispatch the ship at this time. Of course I can't. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna progress plot just so that I'm allowed to fast travel again, so I can try and go get materials from earlier locations. I'm gonna do a little bit of plot, just a smidge, just a tiny bit of plot. Oh, intermission. Sam refuses to shower before sleeping. Oh, I know where we're at. I know what's happening. One of the most interesting bits of this whole dang game. I think I know what's happening here. Tomorrow sleeping with some gentle pressure applied. Leaning into the autism, allegations is not the right word.
No. Sam, my name's Jill. I'm so sorry, Sam.
Right there, Fragile. What do you need to tell Sam?
Because I'm free, nothing's worrying me.
Oh, this isn't what I thought it was going to be, I don't think. What do you need to tell Sam about, Fragile?
Sam, it's Hartman. Do you have a moment? I've been wondering, is there a child on board with us? I asked because there were building blocks in my room, and I certainly don't recall putting them there. Unless you know something about them?
Maybe they belong to Tomorrow? She's taken an interest in all kinds of things.
Yes, that could well explain it. Right. Sorry for bothering you.
Did you manage to get some rest? I hope so. Your next order is ready for you. This time you've been asked to deliver some cargo to East Fort Knot. But you need to travel to West Fort Knot to pick it up. The DHV Magellan can take you straight there. Drawbridge is on standby for now. See to your equipment.
Okay.
Hey Sam.
Oh man.
This recent downtime to modify the DHV Magellan. If you access your ring terminal while in your private room, so if you'd like to change it.
Okay, we can customize the vehicle now. Oh yeah, there it is. Change color. May I have a blue one? Real Spider, you heard. I gotta tell Sam. I love the girl group bonding going on in this game. These three are so good together.
Hey, Sam.
Hi. What are you guys
Will
doing?
we ever unlock a pink one? I genuinely don't know.
Can you take a picture of
I
us?
didn't go out of my way to try and unlock
If
more
we wanna
colors,
do
but
it
I should have
right,
done.
We could choose somewhere else.
Alright.
Why don't you choose?
Let's do go to the bridge. There we go, that's a nice picture.
That's a nice photo.
Thanks. That'll make for a great memento.
Love it.
Take care,
Aww.
Sam.
Alright, later.
Even got the cat in. Right, so I can fast travel to other places now, which means I can hopefully get some, right, so where are some early locations I can hop back to? Can I get some good building materials? I need special alloys, mostly. Yeah, if I could get 2,000... pyrocrystals, I could just make a big batch of special alloys, which is probably the more efficient way to be doing this. I don't want to pick up the objective from here. I want to main materials. Literally only 120 special alloys. Okay, I'll take them. Where would have more stuff? Is there anywhere that would have more stuff right now? Ooh, if I fast travel back to Mexico, will some of the Mexico sites have stuff? Maybe. Gotta say... Geophysics Research Lab, we'll try here. There's a place I did 5-star, so it might have filled itself back up. No, I gotta do more missions if I want it to level up further, I think, don't I? Oh no, I keep checking. This is the Magellan I'm checking. I'm not supposed to check the Magellan, I'm supposed to check the place I've come to, which would be up the hill here. I'm gonna check this place, and then if I'm not successful, I might just call the stream here for tonight and do a little off-stream hunting when I have some time. Build up some more road in my downtime. Okay, up we go. Give this a look. Lab, please have resources for me. Nope, 48. That would bring me up to... $20. Yeah, not a lot. Okay. Don't know how to check how many chiral crystals I have. Oh, 1,398. Okay, so like 600 chiral crystals would do it. Right, I'm going to save here for tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I hope you have enjoyed. I will be back streaming some more of this on Friday. I hope everyone has enjoyed. I'll be back on Friday with some more Death Stranding 2. Natalie, yes, if you're on Twitch, you should be able to see... Captions should be a thing you can turn on in Twitch. They're automated, but they're pretty decent automated. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.